Chairman Graves, Ranking Member Velazquez, and members of the House Committee. We appreciate the opportunity to present our experiences regarding international trade as a small business. Again, my name is Tom Crafton with Thermcraft Incorporated, and we're located in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, founded in 1971, and we just celebrated our company's 41st birthday and now employ more than 70 people. We manufacture high-temperature equipment supplying to many different types of industries like solar cell industry, aircraft, glass, nuclear components, OEMs, fiber optics, and just to name a few industries. We're also a member of NAM, National Association of Manufacturers, which is one of the largest national trade organizations. But Thermcraft started out, say, 41 years ago in a small 5,000 square foot building in a very poor section of Winston-Salem, and we've now grown to having our own building at about 70,000 square feet, as I say again, with about 70 employees. But we grew rapidly from making small laboratory equipments, small systems to much larger systems and for high volume manufacturing. And customers currently include most of the Fortune 500 companies like the General Electrics, Boeings, DuPonts, Corning Glasses, Rockwell, again, just to name a few. Our customers with international presence actually is what got us started in export. From the standpoint, our specialty is designing custom systems for manufacturing. And the U.S. customer here would purchase equipment, a custom furnace for a particular manufacturing process. They'd be in discussions with sister companies that were overseas. The sister companies would need to duplicate that process, so they came to us. And that's how actually we began our start in exporting was a result of our dealings with U.S. companies. But the bulk of our exports have been primarily the semiconductor industry worldwide, mainly Asia and Western Europe. In the early 1990s, we began dealing with an MRO, maintenance, repair, and overhaul organization in Europe, and they began distributing our heaters to the semiconductor industry there. And really in the late 1990s, we began to see much of that business move to Asia. So as a result, we began relationships with agents in several Asian countries, including Japan, Taiwan, Singapore, China, and they helped us support that business there. The business in Asia continued to increase, which again gave us more experience, more exposure to exporting, and again in a variety of different countries. Each country kind of presents its own different sets of challenges based upon the product that you're shipping in Asia, Europe, and even within any of those communities. By 2008, our export business had actually reached about 35% of our total sales, which was probably in excess of $4 million a year. And during the same time period, in order to help generate additional export sales, we developed a standard line of equipment that was more of a catalog distributor type item versus custom equipment. And we've participated in the Commerce Department's New Market Exports Initiative, Gold Key Distribution Program in Singapore, which were very successful finding a good qualified distributor there. We've also worked with the U.S. commercial service representatives and locating distributors in China, Korea, again Singapore, and many of the other Asian countries. And we're currently working on distributor networks in Europe and the Middle East. But in order to get that Middle East business developed further, there's trade shows we participate in, most recently in the Arab Lab Expo, which is a laboratory equipment trade show that was in Dubai. And as a result of doing that show, we've located a number of possible strong prospects that have potential of enhancing our export items through distributors throughout the Middle East. And that's been the positive side. We've had a lot of help with the U.S. Commercial Service. On the flip side, we've had a lot of export issues arise on a daily basis that continue to be a problem, and mainly it's a matter of finding one source for information to be able to help us get the information we need to be able to adequately export to a particular country. Commercial officers seem to, in our experience, have more or less the big picture, and when we start trying to get into the small picture, they're just not in a position, they don't have that information expertise or to be able to help. Regulatory changes are constant, and trying to find one source in one place to locate that information it's a challenge. It takes hours and hours and people that we simply, we don't have the manpower to be able to support those types of things. And we've also gone to private export consultants that have helped us and found they've experienced the same problem. We always thought it was our problem as a small business, but we find out it's more of it's more of a small business issue versus just our small business. But we can all benefit from improved access to markets abroad, and we're looking to see recent implementation of new trade agreements, which we think can be beneficial to us. Again, we hope the Small Business Administration will redouble efforts to help pursue more FTAs and be able to help find a local single source to be able to help small businesses like us get the information we need. And again, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to testify about my experiences, and happy to answer any additional questions.